I'm going to show you how to make cake decorations using hard candy or boiled sweets, like Jolly Ranchers. I'll show you different ways to melt them, and how to make designs freehand using no tools, and how to use tools to create more detailed shapes. Then I'll show you how to attach the decorations to a cake. To create a 2D shape, like a silhouette, put a cookie cutter on a baking tray lined with parchment paper, and arrange candy inside it to fill the shape. The more candy you put in, the thicker the shape will be, and the easier it will be to remove it later. Put the tray in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes, and check to see if the candy has melted completely. If not, leave it in the oven for another 2 minutes, and then check again. The melted candy might leak out from the cookie cutter, but that's fine, we'll fix it in a minute. You can do this with a silicone mold to create more detailed shapes. Place the candy into the mold, and for narrow areas you can crush the candy so that you can fit the smaller pieces into the mold. Bake the candy in the mold until it's all liquid and bubbling. It will be hot when it comes out of the oven, so don't touch it yet. You can use a microwave instead to melt the candy, just in a bowl or using a mold. I'm crushing these candies to blend the colours more subtly than on the first mermaid tail I made. And now I want to show you the different effects of using the oven and the microwave. With crushed candy, you have a lot more control over the colouring of the decoration, compared to using whole candies, where you have large blocks of colour. Put the mould in the microwave for between 30 seconds and 1 minute, until it's bubbling and there are no solid chunks of candy left. Look at those beautiful colours, but it's easy to overheat candy in the microwave, and if that happens, the colour will become duller as it cools. To remove the candy from a silicone mold is easy. The mold is flexible, so just push upwards from underneath it and you'll pop the shape out. Look at the difference in the colours of the candy. The bright colours of the one that was melted in the oven compared to the dull colours of the one from the microwave. If you're enjoying this tutorial, please click the thumbs up button to like it and subscribe to my channel for a new cake decorating tutorial every week. To remove candy from a cookie cutter is a bit trickier. Once it's cool, lift it off the tray and snap off any pieces of candy that have leaked out of the mold. Now you'll notice that the candy is down at the bottom of the cookie cutter, and intuitively you'd push it out of that bottom side, but it's much more likely to crack that way than if you flip it over and push the candy out through the top of the cookie cutter. Push gently all over the shape, nudging it out bit by bit until it pops out of the other side of the cookie cutter and you have a perfect candy cactus, or whatever shape you've chosen. If you don't have cookie cutters or silicone molds, you can create decorations without them. Use a tray lined with parchment paper and melt the candy in a bowl and then drizzle it onto the parchment paper. Look at the difference between the candy you pour immediately after melting compared to leaving it to cool for just a minute until it stops bubbling. And then when you pour it, you have more control over the design because the drizzle will be thinner and it won't spread out like it does when it's really hot. When these decorations cool, you can lift them up easily off the parchment. To attach candy decorations to a cake, pipe details onto the top of a cake, and this frosting will be soft and sticky so you can push the candy straight into it. I'm using my 4-minute buttercream, and when it sets, after about 30 minutes in the fridge, it gets very firm, and it will hold the candy in place while you transport it and serve it. The ruffles were piped with a petal tip, a number 104, and for these ones here, I'm using a 1M tip. For lots of cake designs and cake decorating techniques, check out my online cake school, and if you join my club, you'll get access to all of my classes. The link is in the top of the screen and in the video description, or go to britishgirlbakes.com. Thank you for watching.